Welcome to the Beginner's Guide to Vault OIDC Authentication, where we will cover the basics of setting up and using OpenID Connect authentication with HashiCorp Vault. To start, let's define what OIDC is. OpenID Connect is an identity layer built on top of the OAuth 2.0 protocol, which allows clients to verify the identity of users and obtain their basic profile information. In the context of Vault, OIDC authentication allows users to authenticate with Vault using an external identity provider, such as Google or Okta. This eliminates the need for users to remember multiple usernames and passwords, and provides a seamless and secure way to manage access to sensitive data. To set up OIDC authentication with Vault, you will need to configure an OIDC identity provider, such as Google or Okta, and then configure Vault to use that provider for authentication. The first step is to create an OIDC client ID and client secret with your chosen identity provider. This will provide you with the necessary credentials to configure Vault. Next, you will need to configure the OIDC Auth backend in Vault, which involves specifying the client ID, client secret, and issuer URL. You will also need to configure the callback URL, which is the URL that the identity provider will redirect the user to after authentication. Once you have configured the OIDC Auth backend, you can then configure policies and roles to control access to Vault based on user identity and group membership. Best practices for using OIDC authentication with Vault include using a secure connection, such as TLS, to protect user credentials, and regularly rotating client secrets to prevent unauthorized access. In conclusion, OIDC authentication provides a secure and convenient way to manage access to Vault. And by following these steps and best practices, you can easily set up and use OIDC authentication with Vault. Key concepts to remember include the importance of securing user credentials, regularly rotating client secrets, and using a secure connection to protect user data. By following this guide, you should now have a good understanding of how to set up and use OIDC authentication with Vault, and be able to apply this knowledge in a real-world scenario.